The lead vision designer and otherwise face of Magic Design, Mark Rosewater, colloquially Marrow, has released his Spider-Man teaser list, as he does for every Magic set. We'll put aside the exceptions we had recently. And amongst all of the interesting and fun guessing games that he's given us, he has tragically included a famous Spider-Man meme is made into a card. I was already seriously considering doing a video just out of the fun and wacky designs that I could have made based entirely off his list. We have the last sentence of a Mysterio card, which pretty much designs the rest of the card itself. We have a bunch of name prompts like the Web of Life and Destiny, which caused me to go on a Googling spree and realize that Spider-Man has two modes, street level combat and fighting God with the power of Looney Tunes, so obviously we're gonna have some omniscience equivalent. And I could not even reasonably imagine what a new card with rocket powered in its name is going to be. There are too many options. But the thing that has consumed my attention is that the online response to a Spider-Man meme is, oh, they're going to do the Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme, obviously. And while yes, that is correct, I will be dead in the ground before I let the long and storied and expansive history of Spider-Man memes be glossed over because there's one obvious answer in a Spider-Man multiverse-themed set. And so I proudly present to you my top 10 Spider-Man memes made into custom Magic cards, all ideally designed around being playable in Draft with the goal of one of these cards hopefully pretty much nailing it. Number 10, Priorities. Now, this is my personal favorite Spider-Man meme because it's one of my favorite memes just in general. The "you could be curing cancer, why are you turning people into dinosaurs?" just resonates so deeply with me because I could be spending my time and energy going to law school and I am instead making YouTube videos about Spider-Man memes. So here, have an aura that turns a creature into Colossal Dreadmore. You can decide whether this is meant to be removal or some sort of aggressive tool. It's not going to be picked highly in Draft, which is what makes it believable. Number 9 is Dramatic Intervention, based on this absolutely fantastic art piece by Francis Tsai. I apologize for absolutely butchering that name. I don't think that I could have done any better. This card is the first in a long line of problems that Spider-Man artworks have with everything just wants to be a target creature gains hexproof and indestructible spell. So I lent into the fact that while one person is being saved from the bus, everybody else is getting grievously injured in this artwork. And starting at number 8, we get into the real reason that I was upset everybody immediately went into Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man, because have we all forgotten the joy and value of Raimi posting? If you're like me, and Spider-Man meme made you immediately think of the Raimi films, leave a like and subscribe, because we need to support each other in these times as our bodies are becoming old and decrepit. And I can start with a wholesome and caring card. Carefully, he's a hero. A line that is not actually said in the scene, but makes for a fantastic Magic card. And at number 7, we have the first of our 60s Spider-Man meme cards. I couldn't bring myself to make a card about what those hands are doing under that desk, so I just made a flash green aura, of which there are many to pick from, to represent, I guess, Spider-Man jumping behind a desk, because that is what's actually happening in this scene. Back to Raimi posting for number 6, and we are going to be going back and forth between Raimi posting and 60s Spider-Man for the rest of the video. It's pizza time! I based the mechanics off litho breaking here, where it's you make a food token and then theoretically you use the food token to do the rest of the card, but you don't necessarily have to. We love synergy. And then I made the card a sorcery because the whole point of this scene is that he's arriving too late, and this card's really quite unplayable as a sorcery as opposed to being an instant. Yes, I will make cards bad as a joke. Number 5 is Befuddled Research. I had to include this card because I think that it's deeply important to the character of Peter Parker that he is an absolute goober sometimes, despite being, you know, incredibly, nearly supernaturally intelligent. But I'm going to move on from this card as fast as possible for reasons outlined in the flavor text. A similarly distasteful meme is Peter Parker crying at his uncle's death, which is generally treated with absolutely no respect. So I decided to, at the very least, take from Marrow's list the name With Great Power, because I could put Comes Great Responsibility in the flavor text of this card, but then of course I had to undercut the respectful nature of this card by making the mechanics essentially depict Uncle Ben's murder. Number 3 is a card that mechanically I'm absolutely certain we will eventually see printed. This is right in the power level of these blue stun auras that WOTC are trying to print for standard sets at the moment right now. I was really upset that I couldn't make this card named I Don't Need a Doctor. I wasn't going to make this card a counterspell that was like, that spell gave me blank. Sometimes you just have to put the meme in the flavor text because that's where you can get away with it. And my number 1 Raimi posting card is the card that I really pushed because I want people to have to play this all the time is "Oh, you can't do this to me!" A fantastic graveyard flicker spell that uses the fact that it can't target like half of the creatures in this set's draft environment as an excuse to be absolutely broken outside of that draft environment, providing a graveyard flicker and 2 +1/+1 counters to everything in standard and modern and every other format. But finally, I must give credit where credit is due to the users of Reddit who correctly identified that the best and funniest answer to this question is simply the Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme used as a direct reprint for Trouble in Pairs, the card that really desperately needs a reprint with new art. And man, there are so many layers to this joke. I am so happy to have found it, and it's even better that this might actually be the thing that comes out in print.